welcome to day 3 of 30 Days of Godzilla. Today we're going to be talking about the most famous monster movie battle of all time, King Kong vs. Godzilla. This battle, like I said, most famous of all time, it's one where we absolutely need a rematch. Well, here it is, King Kong vs. Godzilla. I can't believe that this movie actually exists. It's King Kong vs. Godzilla, the two most famous monsters of all time in one movie, to find out who was the most superior. Now, if you were to went with the original King Kong versus the original Godzilla, there really wouldn't have been much of a fight. Godzilla would have stepped on Kong and that would have been it. So for this version, Toho had to bulk King Kong up to Godzilla's size in order for this fight to even seem plausible. This movie was a comeback for both monsters. Godzilla had currently been on a 7-year hiatus since Godzilla Raids Again, and Kong hadn't been in a movie since 1933, and on top of all of that, it's the first time that both monsters had appeared in color on the big screen. So, the result is a nice, fun, little cheesy monster movie that is honestly one of my favorites in the series. So the plot of this movie goes like this. A guy named Mr. Taco, who is the head of a company called Pacific Pharmaceuticals, is tired of his low ratings that his company is getting and wants something to help boost it. When he hears of the existence of a giant monster on Fair Island, he goes apeshit like, "Go get me that monster." So he sends 2 people to go and capture it. I love this guy. This guy's pretty funny. He's one of my favorite characters in the entire series because he honestly has no clue what he's doing. He doesn't even think about the repercussions that bringing King Kong to Japan would have. He's just like, "Go get me that monster, bring it to me now." Meanwhile, as that is going on, a submarine piloted by the worst crew I have ever seen crashes into the iceberg where Godzilla has been frozen in since Godzilla Raids Again and unleashes the beast. I really like the design of Godzilla in this movie, although I'm surprised they never used it in any other Godzilla movies. However, I can't say the same thing for the design of King Kong. So Kong makes his first appearance in the film after the crew that was sent to Faroe Island to capture King Kong gets attacked by a random giant octopus. I like Kong's roar in this movie, but the design is really bad. I mean, it's not the worst design. I'd save that for King Kong Escapes. So Kong comes in to fight that random giant octopus, and he's throwing rocks that he picks up, and just like, and just throws it away. And he's just like, well, it's happy hour, so he starts to drink these barrels that are full of this berry juice that's like a narcotic or something. Starts drinking them, and he gets wasted, and it's actually pretty funny, and he just passes out. So when Kong is captured, Mr. Taco is really happy because of all the press he's getting. Too bad Kong escapes and gets ready to confront Godzilla for the first time. In their first battle, Kong is just like, "Oh yeah, I'm the tough son of a bitch, nobody can take me on." And Godzilla just breathes his fire, and Kong's just like, "What the hell is this?" And then he runs away like a dog with his tail tucked between his legs, clearly experiencing masculinity issues because he's not the top dog in this movie. So Godzilla wins round 1 basically. So pretty much after their first battle, the two monsters wreak havoc around Japan. We found out that for some strange reason, electricity makes Kong stronger. Now you might be asking yourself, how the hell does a giant gorilla get supercharged from electricity? And to answer your question, I honestly don't know. I know the reason it was written in there was because it was originally supposed to be Godzilla vs. Frankenstein. However, that movie was changed. It would become Frankenstein Conquers the World, some other stuff like that. We'll get to that another day. And, but it still doesn't make sense why they kept in there. It's just like, well, shit, let's just give him electricity. Let's make him at least have a chance against the King of the Monsters. Aw, hell, if you're willing to believe in giant monsters, then you should be fine with electric gorillas. Anyway, since this is King Kong, he has to kidnap a girl, but being a tired bastard, Kong falls asleep, so this allows the military to transport him once again to fight Godzilla. It's really funny when Kong wakes up, because he's just like, huh, where am I? And then he sees Godzilla, he's like, no, get me out of here, no, I don't want to do it, no, mommy, get me away. So they drop King Kong out of Godzilla, they have an awesome battle, and it's honestly one of my favorites in the series. Really cheesy, but it's still pretty cool. The battle continues, and the only way Kong is able to stay in is when he gets zapped by lightning, and he gets powers which rapidly increase his strength. So the battle wages on until an earthquake happens, and both monsters plunge into the water and seemingly disappear. Now, the winner of this battle has always been left kind of open to the audience to interpretate. At the end of the movie, both monsters crash into the ocean, as you know. Kong is the only one left standing, but he's not like trying to claim like dominance. He's getting the hell out of there. He's swimming back to Faroe Island. I mean, Godzilla is nowhere to be seen. So what I like to think is Godzilla would clearly destroy King Kong. Let's face it, people. Kong may have seemed like the winner here, but Godzilla clearly, he'd kick his ass if they would have kept going. They clearly made Godzilla out to be stronger in this movie, which is obvious, because Godzilla is stronger than King Kong. King Kong is smarter, I guess, because of his brain or something like that. But he's a more of a thinking animal than Godzilla. But yeah, King Kong would have lost. Don't you see why a rematch needs to happen? We need to settle this debate. I mean, I don't see why not. It is the most successful Godzilla film to date, selling the most tickets. Plus, it would just be fun to watch. It used to be one of my favorites a few years ago, but nowadays I'm not completely sure. I enjoy the battles and it's just a fun movie to watch. It's good old cheesy fun. It's just I've seen so many other Godzilla movies, and there's some that I like more now than I did years prior. So, but this one still holds a special place in my heart. Well, I feel like I've been rambling on long enough. If you get the chance, I'd say check this one out. You'll be pretty entertained. Well, that's about to do it today for today's episode of 30 Days of Godzilla. Day 3, fun stuff. Most famous monster movie of all time. So be sure to come back tomorrow as I review Mothra vs. Godzilla. You know, the one where Toho began to use their own creations to start crossing over into the Godzilla series to form one giant kaiju universe. It'll be fun and entertaining. Also, tomorrow's going to be Easter, so I'm going to wish you a happy Easter. Yeah, thank you all for watching, and be sure to have an awesome day, night, Easter weekend, whatever you're celebrating. If you're not, whatever. Thank you for watching this video.